Welcome to the Bible reading journey, where we are traveling from Genesis to Revelation. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you're just joining us, welcome to the journey. And just jump in where we are because it's never too late to start. Lighthouse Ministry is happy to be traveling this road with you. Today we are on day number 113 of the Bible reading journey, and today's reading itinerary is the book of 2 Chronicles, chapters 10 through 12. You might want to pause here and first dive into today's reading for yourself, then join us back here for thoughts about today's journey. Today's journey is titled Rebellion Against Rehoboam. The text notes contain an outline of the book of 2 Chronicles to guide us on our journey. Today we are on section 2 of the outline. Divided. That word sums up today's reading. In chapter 10, Rehoboam listens to divided counsel, which leads to a divided nation. In chapters 11 through 12, Rehoboam runs his family and kingdom with a divided heart, which leads to a defaced temple. Missed opportunities. This phrase sums up Rehoboam's kingship of God's people. Opportunity number 1. Our missed opportunity number 1. The leaders of Israel tried to talk to Rehoboam about their concerns and work it out peacefully and loyally. But in chapter 10, verses 13 and 15, we read, "But Rehoboam spoke harshly to them, and the king paid no attention to the people." Missed opportunity number 2. The older counselors from King Solomon's reign advised Rehoboam how to obtain the people's loyalty by being good to them. But we read in chapter 10, verse 8, "But Rehoboam rejected the advice of the older men and instead asked the opinion of the young men who had grown up with him." And missed opportunity number 3. After the nation divided, Rehoboam missed another major opportunity to lead God's people wholeheartedly. Here is the opportunity coming from chapter 11, verse 12 and 16 and 17. "But all the priests and Levites living among the northern tribes of Israel sided with Rehoboam. From all the tribes of Israel, those who sincerely wanted to worship the Lord, the God of Israel, followed the Levites to Jerusalem, where they could offer sacrifices to the Lord, the God of their ancestors. This strengthened the kingdom of Judah, and for 3 years they supported Rehoboam, son of Solomon, for during those years they faithfully followed in the footsteps of David and Solomon." But then in chapter 12, verse 1, we see the missed opportunity. "But when Rehoboam was firmly established and strong, he abandoned the law of the Lord, and all Israel followed him in the sin." We conclude today's reading with yet another change of heart when Rehoboam is staring death in the face via an Egyptian attack. As the cliche sayings go, better late than never. Yet it was too little too late. Because Rehoboam humbled himself, and this is chapter 12, verse 12. "Because Rehoboam humbled himself, the Lord's anger was turned away, and he did not destroy him completely. There was still some good things in the land of Judah." But verse 14 says, "But he was an evil king, for he did not seek the Lord with all his heart." Thought of the day. It comes from the Daily Walk Bible. Are you half-hearted in your love for God? Don't wait until you are staring death in the face to set things right. All right, the challenge of the day. Ask the Spirit to reveal any half-hearted love tendencies by answering true or false in this little quiz. And this comes from the Daily Walk Bible. Here are some symptoms of a half-hearted love for God taken from the life of Rehoboam. 1, an answer true or false. Your words and actions promote division, not peace. True or false? You rely on your own strength rather than God's. True or false? You worship God only when it's expedient for you. True or false? You distort God's plan and purpose for the family. True or false? You acknowledge God only when you feel helpless. Do you have some symptoms? Maybe some of the symptoms some of the time? Then clear the channels of communication with Him. Admit your waywardness, acknowledge His righteousness, and get back in step with Him. Meditate on one of our past memory verses from Deuteronomy 6:5. This is the NASB translation. You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your might. Amen. The text notes contain information on how to find us on YouTube, Facebook, and email. Happy travels today. See you next time. This is Lisa at Lighthouse. God bless.